Hello, my name is Caitlin Ruby Miller, and I'm a neurodiversity affirming therapist. I practice in Wisconsin and Illinois. So, I'm on here today to talk about one of the things I specialize in, which is neurodiversity. So, I'll start by talking about my neurodivergent journey. So, I was misdiagnosed by the medical system with a diagnosis that carries a lot of stigma with it. And I held things in my heart that were so heavy for so long about how long I would live, what choices I could make in my life, if I could have a family, being on medications, going through the mental health system. And honestly, I look back at it and I am grieving my younger self and the time she could have gotten back. So part of the clients I work with are people with similar journeys, whether it's OCD, generalized anxiety disorder, major depressive disorder, bipolar, schizophrenia, BPD, borderline personality disorder. There's lots of diagnoses that particularly femme-presenting people, queer people, people of color will get diagnosed with without accounting for potential neurodiversity such as ADHD and autism. And so one of the effects of that, and I believe that the people who originally designed this were not intending for this effect, but it definitely has this effect now. One of the effects of overdiagnosing and overpathologizing people is that, at least for me, I had a sense that I was broken and I would always be broken. And oh my gosh, how pervasive that idea is. I cannot believe, as I've unraveled it, just how deeply pervasive the stigma is. So, for example, I've worked with a client before who could have had what could be described as a psychotic episode where they were hearing voices. They were getting high for much of the time when they were doing this. And there is a path for this person where they could have ended up being diagnosed as schizophrenic and put into a hospital and told that their life was over, that everything they were passionate about, everything they loved in the world, all their dreams, that it just wasn't going to happen because they were completely mentally ill. And thank God this person's life took a turn where they were able to be supported by family and friends and recover. And my work with them helped them work on different voices in their head that were causing distress. And they have not had any of this happen ever again. So it's powerful to acknowledge the amount of stress you might be in and also the toll that relationships in your life can be putting on you. And so sometimes when people are incredibly stressed out, their bodies might flare up, they might act erratically, they might get upset, they might do more drugs or substances than they wish they would be doing. And sometimes behavior can reflect that people label and stigmatize. And so this is sort of one aspect of how I conceptualize neurodiversity. I would say this is under the category of being misdiagnosed or overpathologized, and ways to process that and work on it to try to create a conceptualization of yourself that is healthy and balanced and also loving, because it is very hard to make changes in your life and to improve your life in substantial ways. And so if we're beating ourselves up and we're being mean to ourselves, then we're not going to make much change. And I think that essentially overpathologizing and stigmatizing is a way for us to internally beat ourselves up perpetually. So this is part of my work with some subsect of people identifying as neurodivergent, is misdiagnosed, overpathologized folks. And so this is sort of a glimpse into what that process of exploring it might look like for you. I'm wishing you the best on your journey, and if you're interested in meeting for a free consultation, you're welcome to reach out, and I am here to help. Thank you so much. Bye.